Most people don't talk about this part. Not the race, not the PR, not the early morning runs when everything feels locked in. This part, where you're doing exercises that don't even feel like a workout, where you're sweating, but not from pushing your limits, just from trying to keep your balance and trying to stay patient. I'm doing PT work right now, glute activation, hip stability, slowing everything down. And honestly, it's frustrating because I know I can do more. I want to do more. I want to go run hard. I want to feel fast again. But instead, I'm here doing movements that feel small, almost pointless. But they're not. This is what most people skip. And it's exactly why they stay stuck. Everyone loves the idea of being disciplined when it looks like intensity. Heavy lifts, long runs, sweating, grinding, pushing. But real discipline, it's doing the boring work when no one's watching, when your ego isn't getting fed, when it feels like you're going backwards. Because injuries don't come out of nowhere. They're usually the result of something being off for a long time. Weakness, imbalance, compensation. And you can ignore it or you can fix it. This is me choosing to fix it. Not because it's exciting, but because I know where I want to go. And this is the cost. I think a lot of people quit in this phase, not because they're lazy, but because it doesn't feel like progress. There's no immediate reward, no dopamine hit, no feeling of, I crushed that workout. It just feels slow. But this is where you actually build something that lasts. Because if you can lock in here, when it's boring and when it's frustrating and when you feel held back, you don't just come back. You come back different, stronger in the places that were weak, more aware of your body, more controlled, and more importantly, more patient. Because now you understand that progress isn't always loud. Sometimes it looks like this: controlled reps, small movements, doing the same thing over and over until it finally clicks. So, yeah, this isn't fun, but it's necessary. And if you can buy into this phase, if you can take it seriously instead of rushing through it, you give yourself a real shot at not just getting back, but actually leveling up. Today is a very big day because it is our first real day back running. Yes, that is right. We have 3 miles on the docket today, and I am fired up. I am bummed because I've been missing running outside so much, and I haven't been able to do that because I haven't really been running, and I was thinking I'd do my 3 miles this morning outside, but I kind of need a gym to really warm up with this new PT warm-up thing that I'm doing. And I didn't want to do it on the pavement. I didn't want to go into the gym and then outside. And so we're going to do it on the treadmill. I figure 3 miles is probably the limit on the amount of miles I'm willing to run on a treadmill right now. But it's a huge day. We're going to do this warm-up. We got 3 miles on the treadmill. And if that feels okay, then we can increase it. And then we're going to do about 45 minutes on the bike just to get a good sweat in, a little bit more endurance training. But we have a run today. We are back, baby. I literally filmed that clip, opened the door to go to the gym, and I could feel how warm it was outside and how nice it felt to be able to go run outside. So I'm actually gonna try to do this warm up in the parking lot, just setting down a towel, because I did not want to go run on a treadmill after how nice it feels outside. So parking lot warm up. Disregard everything I said about running on a treadmill. 3 miles done, and I'm so glad I did it along the beach. That was way more pleasant, but I am a little disappointed on how it went. I was hoping, I mean, every single time you run, just pain-free, but not as painful as it had been. And it's just so weird. It like moves around in the leg. It gets upper near my hip today, but I also feel it in the IT band, but not as much in the knee as I did like last week. So it's just been tough, and you know, this is only not even a full week doing some real PT, so we'll just keep on pushing. Time to get on the bike. We are on the road to recovery, and honestly, it is just as much work, maybe even more than just normal training, because I'm training maybe not as much time on the pavement, not as intense, not going for those super long runs. But on top of those shorter runs, now I've got this physical therapy. And if you know me, I am going to follow this to the T. I'm going to give it everything I got rehabbing. And it is so much slower and way less fun than actual working out. I don't get to see the sunrise. I don't get to run along the beach as much as I want to. I can't go for walks in the evening as long as I wanted to. And it's just really hindering what I enjoy about fitness and what I enjoy about life and like what I like to do. But this is a necessity for me to do if I'm going to ever continue to do those things at the level that I want to do them. So we are following a program. We went to a PT. I'm not going to go every week. I gave my opinion on that in the last video. Go watch that if you haven't seen it. 3 to 4 times, probably for me going to be 4 times a week, I am doing exercises. So the problem stems from my psoas muscle. psoas, which is a very deep muscle inside of your hips. It attaches to the lowest part of your spine and kind of wraps around and then continues down your thighs. Imagine putting on a weight belt for doing dips. It kind of sits on you like that. That is particularly weak compared to the rest of my body, which is causing a little bit of an imbalance when I run and I fatigue, putting more pressure on my IT band, which isn't that strong of an actual muscle and does not need to be taking that much of a beating as I've been giving it. So I'm doing a rehab, strengthening that psoas muscle, which should alleviate some of that tension on the IT band so that when we fatigue and we get tired, our form doesn't drop and compensate for those weaker fatigued muscles, which then causes those problems. So while one part of your body might be hurting, you cannot attack that directly. You have to find the root solution, fix the mechanics, fix the muscle, stretch it, strengthen it, and that's how you solve the problem. So 4 times a week, we are doing strength exercises for our psoas. That involves glute bridges, single leg glute bridges, lots of band work, strengthening those outer hips, doing a lot of those exercises where you spread the knee out, really strengthening that hips and really opening it up, some side to side shuffles, some lunges, everything to build up that glute so it gets stronger and can last more under pressure and at those faster paces. Every single day, 10 to 15 minutes, at least once. I'm going to try to do twice, but what's most important is consistency and not single intense sessions. So consistently light stretches where you are stretching the IT band, you're stretching that glute, and you're giving more flexibility to your hips and to your leg muscles and sort of elongate that, because what happens is that IT band gets sore, it gets really tight, it rubs on the inside of your bone, and that's causing a lot of pressure and a lot of pain, and that's what the problem is. So that is the game plan. And then each week I'm going to just run 2 to 3 miles right now, just seeing how it feels, gradually increasing mileage. While my endurance base is super high and revved up and I can go on the bike for hours, we got to reintroduce some of that beating on the nerve. So it will be a slow process. I'm hoping it'll last 3 to 4 weeks like this. We're already a few weeks in. Typically it's like a 6-week injury, and then we'll be able to, right on time, continue down our path to breaking that 3-hour sub barrier. I am not quite sure who came up with the rule that 8 hours of sleep is enough. I swear, it's like 8.5, 9 until I feel fully awake. But we got to get up to get our PT in because, like I said, it's just that much more work we got to do. But how can you not be motivated to put in work when this is outside of your gym? A matte green Porsche and a Rolls. Young, fit, and wealthy, baby. That's the goal. Young, fit, and wealthy. Another successful day of rehabilitation. Back, buys, and core workout. And then we spent some time on the bike and then finished off with another rehab session, hammering those hips, stretching them out, making them stronger, making them activate when they work. And it's a slow process. It's taking a lot of patience. It's new to me, which is also exciting. It's giving me something to work towards right now. Otherwise, I'd be kind of in a limbo phase. I'd probably be pushing myself a little bit too hard on my runs and maybe potentially burning myself out before the actual prep starts and things start to get really real. So I'm taking it as a blessing. I'm taking it day by day, just slowly getting stronger so that when the time comes, we can start hammering again. Keeping the diet pretty simple. We've got hard-boiled eggs. That's pretty new for me, just a little bit more efficient. And then the classic Greek yogurt bowl with fruit, crushed up almonds, some protein powder. Sticking to the same diet, just changing up the workouts, changing my mindset around fitness right now. We're in the recovery phase because we're taking this time right now to take a step back. So when it comes time, we can take 2 steps forward. It's a different process. It's a different way of looking at fitness, but I am in the grind of it right now. I hope you learned a couple things in this video. I hope you learned some exercises, and even if you're not in pain right now, it is, everyone tells me, so important to stretch and do these exercises, and you always think, I don't have the time for it, but take that extra 10, 15 minutes before bed. You don't even work up a sweat. It just feels good, and it's gonna make you such a better lifter, make you a better runner, and it's gonna make you feel a lot better. And fitness is about improving your life. Fitness isn't the only goal. Fitness is supposed to support life and make it a better experience. I'm gonna eat this breakfast. I'm gonna continue on my rehab. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Comment down below your best rehab processes, your favorite stretches. And guys, we're on a journey to that sub 3 hour here in October. I hope you watch the ride. I hope you enjoy the journey. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.